Welcome back. Child, it's a damn weird doctor. Hold up, let's get this correct, because oh Lord, I know I did drop out on the I swear the thing about this thing on Instagram, it be working the weed doctor's nerve. I just put this daggone thing, give the weed doctor a little bit more time. I'm just like, ain't this about something? It ain't nothing but the devil. Okay. All right, so we already to put this. Hopefully, we don't have to re-enter the same live. If so, we're gonna have to log off and come right back because now this Instagram stuff is too confusing. So you may have to sign right back on. Child, the weed doctor ain't gonna be doing all that today. All right, we just gonna have to go back, even though that was the whole point. We try to do stuff so we don't waste time. But anyways, I guess we're gonna have to log back on to Instagram because our Instagram got blinked out. And I don't feel like going through and re-signing up and doing all that stuff to StreamYard. So, anyways, you guys, we're going to be doing a mini haul. Holly. Okay. So what do we have? Like three custom utensils today. So we're probably going to come back since Instagram is being stanky. Chad, we got time for Instagram. So this is our Bria unit, and you can order this at purevirginmade.com. I'm going to make sure to put this in the comment section. And these units are I love them because first of all, they are made by using bundles. A lot of people don't realize that those stock wigs that you buy from some of these different cheaper Chinese places. And now there's nothing wrong with stuff being made in China, because now we find out, child, almost everything in the United States is made out of China. Okay. But the thing about it is, people don't understand that there is different levels to this. Okay, so child, the units that you could possibly be getting from China are just using like the very economical hair, the floor hair that we already talked about, hair they're getting this hair from a lot of different hospitals and things like that. All right, and so those hair have been severely processed. They're typically only used about and a 1.5 bundle on your child on your unity. Girl, you're gonna be having a boneless wig. Okay. And those are for most of the units that's out just starting off, especially if you're getting one, I think that's probably like around 130 to 150 density. So if you do not, so that's just the difference. If you get like the stock wigs that you can buy on Amazon, different things like that, the hair is very thin and fine. It's very severely processed. It's child that hair that been through, what, and back. Okay. While with our custom units that actually we take, it's like you get a weave installed, but it's going to be on a wig, okay, on a wig base. And so with that, you're going to get a lot of fullness, added additional body, all of that good stuff, okay? So these are just some things to look into. Child, I know they did mess up. Okay, there you go. There go the name. So yeah, those are just some different things. The hair, the custom units, that's why they cost, five, seven, eight, $900,000 or more, because you're paying for the actual good hair quality bundles. And these are just not them little cheap bundles like them little $75 bundles. We are selling hair that's like equivalent to like the Burmese hair, the raw virgin hair, the cuticle aligned hair. So those hairs are going to cost you a lot more than just the regular old run of the mill, wigs. Okay. So that's one of the major advantages. Say like this unit, I think she has about three bundles in it. And some of these for this length, this is probably like 20, 22 inches. So that's probably at least about 135 to 150 per bundle. Okay, so that's about 150 plus 150. Even though we don't get tied 300. Okay, 450. So just on the bundles alone, and with the clothes, with the frontal, it is. See, so and actually, you actually is getting a deal because a lot of frontals at a higher quality, they're selling for at least 285 to $300 a net. All right, so you're getting a deal with this unit. I think she's like around 700, something like that. But it's gonna be long lasting units. We also for my affordable honeys. Okay, for the affordable honeys, because of the times, honey, we are going to start offering affordable wigs. Okay. Now those are not going to be custom unitive. So don't be talking about why your custom unitive is, say why the hair does not look like the custom unit. Okay. These are going to be from the affordable honey collection. Okay. And with that, those units, we probably going to be offering some of them units at lowest probably 175 and up to probably about 325, 350. And those are going to be nice, decent quality units that last about 2 to 4 months. All right. But these, honey, this is not the affordable honey line. But we're just going to show you guys if you're interested, you can book a consultation with the weed doctor. All right. So, and this for the kinky curl honeys out there. It's some people they like a kinky wig. This is the Bria unit. The Bria unit. Okay. And this was like a kinky curly type of hair. We had to style this hair. Honey, this is for the diva that's large and in charge. Do not get this hair if you do not like to maintain, you know, uh, kinky curly hair. And that's something I try to tell everyone. The kinky curly hairs are high maintenance. A lot of people think just because it has a very thick African American like, some of you guys can barely detangle your own hair. Okay. So if you're gonna get this hair, you have to be very comfortable detangling, saturate your hair like you're doing a twist out on your own hair, going section by section, drenching it, immersing it in water, then getting you like one of those denim brushes or one of those brushes that have like the flexible combs and combing it through from root to tip. They get you the leave-in conditioner and going to work, 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 work. So, baby, this hair, even though it's beautiful, and I'm going to show you guys as it continues to, get more and more frizzy. This is just the first day hair. So, I'm just showing you guys that these different hairs, especially the kinky hair, it requires more maintenance. Okay. So, this is the Berea unit. Okay. And I'm going to put some of the different names of the unit um, in the comment section. So, we have the Berea unit. We have the Aaliyah unit. That's the deep curly one. And then also we have the Shelby donor unit. Now, again, if you can't do the Shelby, because it is more expensive, that's cuticle aligned, like Russian gray hair. So those hairs are like, very expensive. Then you probably want to consider stepping it down with our Gloria unit or even with our Trey Bonita unit. And so the Trey Bonita one is with the Brazilian hair. All right, so these are just some of the options of getting some versatility, child, making it do what it do, okay? But we just want to show you. And this one, we did not even put the glue or anything like that. That's why with some of these wigs, now if you have alopecia, you have to work that out with your stylist. But even with some of them, if they're fitted to your circumference, you can just put that wig melting strip on there. They have like this wig. It's kind of like a band that keeps you from wearing your hair glueless. Even this one is not coming off, but I have a lot of hair underneath here. And once they put that on there with the cap, it's pretty sturdy. Now, for the best optimal results, you probably, may want to add a little bit of tape here and there because you don't want your unit to be falling off completely from your head. Or you may want to consider getting our hair replacement or cranial prosthesis that are made more close exact to your head. Even then, on certain occasions, you still may require some adhesive. All right. So we taking off the Bria unit. Okay. Child, and this Bria something else. I'm trying to tell you guys, she worked the devil out of me today with that hair. Whoa. It's very pretty though. A lot of people like kinky, Afro kinky hair. I just tell everybody, but y'all don't be complaining to me. This hair is matted up. It look like I look like a werewolf. Okay. That's because these different hairs, they do require a lot of work. All right, now we're probably not going to have time to drill everything down. But this one is from the Aaliyah unit. And again, our units, we're going to be bringing out I told you, the affordable honey line. Okay. Those line that those different line of wigs we already said are going to be starting like 175 to 350. So that's the people who really trying to save. These units are the more expensive units again because these are custom made units. These are not the wigs that are severely processed. They have thin straggly ends all throughout the hair. The hair is thick from root to tip. So those are just some of the different advantages and the different pluses of purchasing a raw custom unison. All right. And so even though with this hair, child, we done had her for about 2.5 years. And again, the weed doctor was not wearing it all the time. This we probably been wearing this for about 5 or 6 months or something like that. So it just shows you that these units they last a long time, especially if you're not using a lot of adhesive all the time, or if you're just using minimal amount of tape. All right, now. Now I wonder if we ready for Bonquisha, we gonna probably have to come back for Bonquisha. We might as well, but you know what? We might as well put Bonquisha on there. Even though I was trying to go, do this on the live for Instagram. I ain't put these big girls back in his head. No more. And this one, this is the Shelby Donor unit. This head child. Child, this the Gucci head. And I'm laughing at some of the different Chinese companies. Child, they going dirty, child. They trying to out the expensive luxury brands now because they mad about the tariffs. But the gag is that a lot of people is lying, child. Because the weave doctor, I can't tell you how many fake knockoff handbags I bought living in the ghetto. Girl, they ain't never look like the real Louis Vuitton. So y'all better stop lying to these dang people out here in these streets. Telling the people that they can get the same look. Because the thing about it, a lot of people don't realize that with the luxury brands, it is so, exact. Like they have a certain amount of stitches used on certain areas of the bag, you know, just the diameter of everything. I bought several, of those cheap bags, baby, and I was not pleased. Baby, I said that wig, the bags was crackling up, ripping up. It was a complete hot mess. I tell you, so don't let them people lie to you, okay? But now that we got to see, we take it down to Shelby unit again. We have some other things that's comparable to this. I had this one client, she bought this cheap wig online and I guess she wasn't that pleased. I mean, the install was cool, but she was like, I want my hairline to look like this. She had seen this wig, this exact same wig, and baby, that's how old this wig is. 3 years old. Okay. And that's because this hair is from our the single donor. So like the Russian gray, girl, that's some expensive hair. These types of wigs are going up for $2,000 a book. Shadow we not just gonna have this wig till she 55 years old. Okay. I'm trying to tell y'all today. But she was like, I want to get my head. See, that's what I'm looking for. I was not pleased the last time. I said, baby, this is a $2,100 to $2,600 wig. Who told you was gonna be able to get these lips trying to buy a no $100 wig off of a Chinese site? Okay. And also, a lot of people don't understand. It's funny now, and some of the people, the things that I don't like sometimes has happened with trade wars and with like China. Sometimes they trying to take the place of the stylist. However, the wigs that you guys buy from like Love Me and those different places, it is not the same quality that we are offered as hairstylists. So we are getting offered like, different type of lace, different type of hair quality that you're not, and they ask a lot of these people, what is your business? What is your company that you working with? So it's like the people that we're buying from, they are trying to work with hairstylists and or vendors and things like that. Okay. So y'all not gonna charge, y'all ain't got the plug. Y'all don't got the plug. You got to be a licensed cosmetologist to be getting some of this hair. Okay. All right. Or buying, child, you gotta be buying enough of it. But see, look at this hair. It is so full. Child is giving baba boo. It's giving little love in our loca. Steps in the truck, truck. That love, oh, that love. Okay. And so we just styled this booger jigger. But we just wanted to let you guys see the versatility of this one. Now again, this one is costing a lot of money. This is too great. If you want the more affordable, we got the Gloria unit. I think that's around 900 for the Peruvian. And if you want to take it a step down, that's like 500 or 600. That's the Trey Bonita. But this hair, child, it costs to be a boss. Child, it costs to be a boss. All right? And so these units can be purchased at pervirginbay.com. Make sure to subscribe because we do have sales. Sometimes 50% off, 30, 40% off. So even if you can't get it down, baby. And then we also do a firm. I gotta double check for sales. I think sales is still on there. So that you'll be able to purchase your wig as you go. All right, honey. And look at the final result. All right, we see you next time. Make sure and check out the Aaliyah, the which one is it right here? The Bria, and then this one is the Shelby. And the step down from that is the Gloria or the child, all these daggone names, Bokeisha, Bochica, okay, or the Trey Bonito unit. All right, we see you next time. Bye.